Hi there.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. I am Chidi Akunna.
And I'm Victor Akunna.
Alright, so if you're here, you're watching us, you must be on our YouTube channel, Foundation for Family Affairs. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell because we have a lot of good content coming. Okay, so today we will be addressing what we've tagged marriage enhancement. What to do if you're unhappy in your marriage.
Yes.
Okay, so we hear this from time to time. I'm not happy with things in my marriage. It's okay. It's a great thing that you first identified that there's a problem. I'm not happy. Everyone should be happy. Okay, so what do you do? Okay, it's not enough to just say you're not happy and leave it at that. There's things that you can do to enhance the state of things in the marriage. And so the first we'll be addressing is assess where you are. Where are you as a couple? Okay, what's going on? What has brought you to this point? So in doing this, you would need to assess the key areas in your marriage.
Absolutely.
What key areas are being impacted? Okay, for instance, is it communication? In that case, someone might be saying, oh, every time she wants to talk, she shouts. It might be the way one shouts, your spouse shouts. Okay, every time I complain about an issue, he stonewalls. He shuts me out. So it makes me feel bad for even raising the topic. Okay, so you need to identify those key areas. Okay, all right, so this is the problem. This is the main issue here.
Absolutely.
Then we will know what to do next.
Absolutely. You know, sometimes as professionals, we are focused on building our career. We are moving from one phase of your career to the next phase, getting promotion. So there's a tendency that you begin to give less time to your relationship. And so once you begin to give less time to something, it begins to move into a default setting, default mode. It's just automatic. Once you leave something, it begins to depreciate. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, so if you notice that you're married, some things are not working well. So that's one key thing. It's good, like my wife said, it's good for that you notice something is not working well. But instead of expecting that things will work out, all right, take responsibility for it. It's like anybody just expecting that promotion will come automatically. No, you have to work at it. You need to upskill. You need to change yours. You need to, build some certain network. All right, because a lot of referrals come within networks. All right, so you can't just, like the same way you build your career, you can't just relax and expect your marriage to just work and to improve by itself. No, you have to work at improving your marriage. You need to take responsibility for that. And that's one very important thing about your marriage.
Okay, so the second point is you need to assess the common things you both complain about. Is it how money is being disbursed? You probably have some concerns. You're saving towards a project and your spouse just comes and thinks it's okay to spend a large chunk, So what are those things you both complain about? I must emphasize that we have picked those two words carefully. You both complain about, not just what one person complains about, because it's the both of you in the relationship. So it's something you need to assess. What are those things? So when we figure out, okay, he complains about this, I complain about this, I don't like this. It might be that, okay, his complaint is you spend a lot, and I'm complaining the house chores are never done. Okay, so how can we manage this now?
Now, why are we doing this? So one key thing there is this. Sometimes people have issues, but they don't really understand what the issues are because they've gone on for so long. All right, so what we're doing is to give you some pointers. All right, so even if you're not going to get a coach, you might have some things that you can jumpstart to begin to have some conversations. So what exactly do you find irritating? Is it about how you spend money? Is it about how the house chores? One person is doing all the work and they're exhausted. All right, so and that's often something that happens because some people are just they can't function in an atmosphere that is disorganized. So what usually happens is that instead of complaining and nobody is picking up their socks, leaving their stuff all over the place, what do? They take on the responsibility. And then you see this one, you fix it. You see that one, you fix it. After a while, everybody kind of relaxes and gives you a new job description as a fixer of the family. All right, so you are the one that does all the fixing because you can't stand in a disorganized environment. You can't function. So what happens? People become exhausted, and when people become exhausted, their other aspect of their life begin to suffer because they begin to make mistakes, they begin to snap, and so it impacts on the marriage. So one key thing there is this: understand what are the basic issues, what exactly is triggering this emotional outburst. So the moment you know what the problems are, then it's easier to address them.
And sometimes, because you live together, sometimes the issues you may find are that both issues are linked.
Yes.
Okay, like the example he gave about one person feeling overworked, feeling overwhelmed about things in the house. The other problem might just be that you're not vested in my interest. So if this other person feels overworked and the other is complaining about you not being interested, it might just be that because I'm overworked, I don't have time and energy to even look into any other person's matter. I'm trying to find myself here. Okay, so in doing this, you might figure out that we can work together to make things better, and everyone will be happy in the end.
And when you identify the issue, don't call human beings the issue. Address the issue.
Yes.
So
critical.
things like you always leave your underwears in this place.
Oops.
All right? Yeah. that's you attacking the person.
Yeah, it's lying around.
It's lying around. Yeah. So a better way to phrase it might be, I can't tell you how your family may be different, but I'm just giving you an example like I mentioned earlier on. So it might be, all right, so going forward, we might be hosting a lot more people. So having to run down to the house, I can't stand that thing of always panicking to leave the house in a certain way.
Yes.
What can we do so that no matter what happens, even if I'm not around, the house will be in the best shape? Okay, what do we do? That way,
you reach an agreement.
Yes. All right. So you may have. I know one of my mentors will say that they have a constitution that if you break the rule, you put your shoe in the wrong place, that their constitution says that you're going to mop the floor for 2 days. So the moment they follow that, so you might decide to come up with your own. Well, because sometimes people don't. How do we say it? One of the things that drives people or motivates people is pain or pleasure. So once there is a pain attached to something, people kind of behave themselves. Like in the developed world, people don't just break traffic rules the way they like, because there is their penalty for it. It can hinder you from moving ahead in some specific areas of your life. So you can't just zoom through the red light or zoom through the traffic what do you call it, that camera. All right, you have yourself to be blamed.
Sure. Okay, so after identifying, you wanted to say something else?
I was just going to say that discipline is one of the reasons why people constrain themselves.
Yeah, brilliant. Sorry about that.
That's
okay.
All right.
So after identifying what you both complain about, then you need to review how you've been handling this issue. Okay, and in reviewing this, you need to be asking yourself, is your approach such that shames your spouse?
Yes.
Are you controlling about how you do it? Does your spouse find it intimidating? Okay, you feel you were talking about the underwear issue, and the way you say it makes the person feel ridiculed. That would not work. You keep having that issue on and on and on. And there's this one you always like to talk about. You want to talk about it, the passive aggressive.
Yes. Okay. So sometimes we have what we call the passive way of talking, where people more like the passive disposition to things, where I don't want trouble. And just be on my own. There's an aggressive way, let's look for the trouble. And there's an assertive way where you communicate in a way that doesn't put the other person down, but communicates what you want. So for example, you say, anytime you leave your underwear in the sitting room, it makes me feel like you don't appreciate the effort I put in to make this house look tidy. You are saying how you feel about it, and you are letting the person know how you feel. Another way, that's an assertive way to say it. An aggressive way to say it is that, are you blind? Can't you see how you don't like the way this place is looking? You don't like the way this place is looking. All right? I mean, if I pick up my children's socks, I'll come and pick up your own adult socks as well. That's an aggressive way to say it.
That's shaming as well.
That's shaming. A passive way to see it is to look at it and just, just walk past. And then there is a passive aggressive way where you see it, you be like, kissing your teeth. All right, so you are not saying anything, but your body language is communicating loads. All right, so choose the one that works for your marriage, and whenever you choose, if that's what you read, I don't know, that's the point you just mentioned.
You need to review how you've been handling it.
Okay. Is it working?
So if it's not working, then it's about time you changed it.
Absolutely.
Okay, you might need to consider the assertive way, which also shows that you have some respect for yourself and the other as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, so in saying that, we've dealt with 3. Assess where you are, assess how you both, the issue you both have been complaining about, and then review how you've been handling this issue. And then the next one we'll be talking about is you need to query what the trigger really is. Sometimes what we think the problem is not what it is.
Yes.
Like we were saying in our last video, if you haven't seen it, please find time to watch it. We talked about, I want my spouse to change. Yes? And you were saying there that sometimes the trigger may be something from your past. Okay, my mom used to do this way, and it affected our family, and I've seen that play out. So because I don't want my wife to do what my mom did, even when she's doing something which is totally different from that, my mind just tells me, whoa, ambulance sound, we're heading for destruction here. I saw this, and that really is the trigger if you query it.
Absolutely.
So you need to query what really the trigger is.
Once you understand the root cause of an issue, the problem is half solved. Once you understand why you're reacting to something, sometimes you may not even be aware of it. They're in your blind spots. They are in your subconscious mind. Subconscious mind means it's not in your conscious mind, in a place where your 5 senses can access easily. There are programs that have happened in the past, that experiences that have been buried beyond, down your emotions, that you're not even aware of until something touches it. All right, so you until you find yourself in some specific situation. That's why some people will say you never know what you can do until you find yourself in a specific situation. So for example, you think, I can't really run fast, until you find a lion chasing you. You'll be shocked how you scaled a fence, all right, because it's just, you've not been in a certain situation that made you really put yourself in that way where it's either I succeed or I succeed. You don't give yourself an option of failure. That's when you begin to know what you are truly capable of.
So what we've tried to do up until this point is to give you questions, give you points you can look at, tools you can work with.
Absolutely.
Okay, as you apply these and you look at the issue, we said you start with the specific issue. Okay, the area of your marriage you want to work on. As you apply this to that issue, you should see a change. Okay, because yes, we're hoping that you both will be able to do this. But if that's not possible, you can do it on your own. And then we'll come to the ultimate question we like to ask. When was the last time you spoke to a professional about this? Yes, you've been trying, you've been married for 10 years, you've been married for 15 years. Okay, there's that thing sometimes we think, okay, we've mastered this. Okay, but the fact remains that you're not happy in that marriage. But we have also come to tell you that it is possible for you to be happy in that marriage if you do the right things. And that's why we're asking you, when was the last time you spoke to a professional? They have the tools you need. If you have tried these and they haven't worked, they might be able to help you navigate. Now, when we work with people, we don't tell them what to do.
No.
Okay? But you'll be shocked that through your experience, the answers are right there. And you can walk through these things.
I think I can't remember who said it. Someone said you cannot see the picture if you are in the frame. All right. Sometimes the reason why you don't see the real issues is because you are embedded in it. It takes an outside person, someone from the outside, to really see, to see what we call your blind spot. So the key thing there is this. As long as you want to improve your marriage, there are practical steps, there are proven steps, there are case studies, there are examples, people that have passed through our coaching program have been very successful in their relationships. So there is no type of problem in any relationship that does not have a solution, unless the people involved said they are calling it quits. We've seen marriage come back from the brink of divorce, where people are saying, you know what, I've had enough. Until once, 2 of them, when they decide, there's nothing on this earth that can stop 2 people that have agreed to do something.
That's
nothing.
Right.
I'm telling you, they will find a way. They let there be any form of obstacle, they will turn it into stepping stones.
They say where there's a will,
there is a way.
Yeah.
There is a way. So, but when one part of the couple it's not interested in, no matter what you do, it falls on deaf ears. That one, even that's an approach you can follow, even for that. Alright, so our goal is to build healthy families. What's a healthy family? A healthy family is a family where people can be themselves, where your voice is heard, where at the end of work you are running home to come and have a chat with your spouse because they are your best buddy in the world. Alright, they are number one buddy, they are your number one fan. It's not about what people are thinking outside, it's what you enjoy in your bedroom. Because many people create this impression, oh, our marriage is lovely. But you can see, when you live with them, you can see the tension. So a healthy family for us is that family where if people put camera in your house, they will be laughing because they can see that you guys are the real thing, you're having a genuine experience. And that's what a healthy family is. A healthy family is a family that is healthy within, and then from that health, it projects. Alright? It's not trying to go out there and create an impression. No, you're not focused about impression. Alright? You're focusing on being who you are and you're having a blast in your private life. That's a healthy family. And that's what we want you to have.
Okay.
All right.
So, if this has blessed you in some way, please feel free to share this with your contacts, with your friends, with people might need them, and those who might not, but would know people who need them.
Absolutely.
Okay. And let's hear from you in the comment section.
Yes.
If you think there are other points that we've not touched on, leave them in the comment section. We'll be very happy to read from you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have a program for married couples. All right. It's called Intimacy Builder Program. Now, why is it called intimacy? Why? Because intimacy is that point where you can build a connection with someone without feeling ashamed, where you can be yourself in that person's presence. All right, so where you can share your dreams, your fears, your insecurities without being judged, where you can build a life with someone, like they call life partner. So we have a program called Intimacy Builder Program. It runs for 8 weeks. All right, so if you are interested in subscribing for this, we can help you work in the area of your of finance, or probably where you're having issues around in-laws, you have issues around sex, you have issues around communication. There's 8 different areas that we can help you work on. So if you are interested, all right, we're going to leave a link below. You can just click on that link, leave the information, someone will get in touch with you, and then we can pick it up from there.
Yes, and if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, Foundation for Family Affairs, please subscribe and turn on your notification bell
to get more alert from this.
Yes. Until we come your way again, it's goodbye from us. Bye. Yes, cheers to building healthier families. Absolutely.
One family at a time. Yours is the next.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.